Hi, I'm Patrick Risley, pastor and teaching elder at First Presbyterian Church, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and welcome to this week's sneak peek as we look ahead at what's coming up this Sunday on November 22nd. Recently, a colleague asked me how I mark time during this swirly year. And because I'm from North Georgia, where there are four distinct seasons, I learned years ago that when I moved to Florida, I had to learn to mark time in a totally different way. No longer were there variations of hot to cool to cold to thaw. No, in Florida I've learned the calendar's either it's hot or it's less hot. And so I had to learn another way to mark my time. And the way I've learned to do that is by getting rid of the Gregorian calendar and reverting back to the old traditional church liturgical calendar. That's right. The church calendar has been the way I've marked my time the last 24 years as I've lived in Florida. You see, this Sunday, November 22nd, is an important day on the church's calendar. It's the church's New Year's Eve Sunday, believe it or not. You see, Sunday throughout the church around the world is known as Christ the King Sunday, or the Reign of Christ Sunday. And it marks the very end of the church liturgical year. It ends with an upbeat, explosive joy that as we remember at the culmination of time, when we all come to Jesus, it is Jesus who indeed will reign supreme as Lord of all. So if Christ the King Sunday is the last Sunday that celebrates the end of the year for the church, what comes next? Well, we begin a new year again, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, with Advent, as we prepare for the birth of God with us, Emmanuel, Jesus. For all of us who cannot wait for this swirly COVID year to get behind us, I would invite you to join me in using the church's liturgical calendar and end the year this Sunday and begin the new year with Advent. We don't need to wait for the Gregorian calendar to flip to 2021. Let's go ahead and do it this next week. This Sunday, we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 25, verses 31 to 46. It is the third of Jesus's judgment parables that we've been looking at this month. And if you remember last week, we looked at what happens if we bury the talents, that is, the gifts and graces that God gives us. What happens to us if we bury those in the ground? And we discovered that God has high expectations for us with those gifts. Well, this Sunday, we are going to be looking at how we can put those gifts of grace to work. And it's a parable you've heard before, but we're going to build our thoughts around unto the least of these. My friends, as we continue through this crazy COVID year, please know that your church leadership is carefully watching the increase in the COVID numbers and are prepared to do what we need to do to keep you safe. If we have to temporarily suspend worship in order to accommodate the spike, we will. But at this point, we're holding course with a steady tiller, but we are watching the numbers very, very closely. Your safety and the safety of our larger community is paramount. So remember, in the meantime, remember the 3 W's: wash your hands, wear your mask, and watch the distance that you have with another person. Hey, remember, I love you. I can't wait to see you Sunday, and y'all take care. Bye.